Hi, Patty. Thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm so glad to be here. Thanks.
So, for everybody who's watching, this is Patty Block, and she is, among other things, the author of a brand new book called Your Hidden Advantage. The subtitle is Unlock the Power to Attract Right Fit Clients and Boost Your Revenue. So, Patty, before I ask you about this book, I would like to ask you about your work in general. You could retire, but you instead have chosen to build a thriving business helping women to do what exactly?
To generate more revenue with less stress, to boost their revenue and attract right fit clients. And part of that is because I have been a women business owner for so many years, and I've experienced the frustrations and the roadblocks that a lot of us experience as women business owners. So I'm very passionate about the fact that your business does not have to feel like a burden. And you really can get more joy from your business. It's not strictly about making more money, but it's about shifting the way you think about your business and your business success so that you feel more fulfilled.
Excellent. Okay, so more money, more fulfillment. So that people can make a decision about whether or not this content is useful to them. What kind of business owners do you serve? Like people who own big businesses, solopreneurs, who are you helping?
I serve small businesses. And in fact, my heart is really with small business. And I work with women business owners who are experts in their fields, in particular in professional services. So a lot of accountants, attorneys, doctors, um, corporate trainers, marketing and PR professionals, and lots of specialty consultants. I have some in the elder care industry.
The work that you do is more than just valuation, deciding how much a product or a service, mostly service, it sounds like, how much services are worth. But do you decide? Do you come in and just, poke around my website and ask me some questions and then tell me what I should be charging? What's the process like?
That is such a great question because no, I do not tell you what to charge, and I don't even tell you to raise your prices. I will come in and evaluate, but your buyer determines your prices. And so a lot of this, it's why I teach a system instead of just telling people to raise their prices. If it was that easy, everyone would do that every year. But it's not that easy. And what I really put a lot of energy into is helping you develop a pricing model so that you have a rationale behind that and you feel so much more confident when you're talking about it. That helps your buyers, ideal buyers, not any buyers, but it helps people that you want to work with self identify that you're the right resource for them. And so your pricing is really determined by your ideal buyers.
Okay. But I know because we've talked before that you do find that women often are selling to the wrong people and charging too little for their services. Can you talk about why that is in your experience?
Yes, I'd seen this roadblock for years and years with women business owners, and I had fallen into that trap as well. I started out billing hourly and quickly realized that was sending the wrong message to my buyers, that I was selling my time. And as experts, we're not. We're selling our experience and our expertise. And so when you make it transactional, like hourly billing, it really sends the wrong message. So part of what I teach is how to understand your own value and the value that you bring to your clients and then price accordingly. So let's go back to the idea um, of how you're going to price and who is going to help you determine. Part of that is figuring out who you want to work with, who you do not want to work with, and doing some market research and figuring out what is appropriate. So, the way that I figured out, originally I didn't have language around how do you price and how do you sell and how am I going to communicate that to my buyers. Well, when I was growing up, my mom had she made the most fabulous cookies. The whole house smelled good. It was warm. The cookies were gooey. And all my life, I watched my mom eat the broken cookies. But it wasn't until I was a teenager that I even thought to ask her, why do you only eat the broken cookies? Do they taste better? And she laughed and said,
Wait, do the
no,
calories fall out? Is that
that,
why?
that's actually what my dad had said. That when you eat the broken cookies, it's only half the calories. But when I asked my mom that, she said, no, I eat the broken cookies so you can have the whole ones. And not too long ago, I saw this really shocking statistic. 62% of women rely on their business for their primary income, and 88% of women business owners generate less than $100,000 a year. And all of a sudden, this image of my mom eating the broken cookies popped in my head. And I realized that's what we as women are doing in our businesses. We're bringing that spirit of self-sacrifice that we saw in our role models, our moms and our grandmothers, and we bring that into our business. It's what I call the broken cookie effect. And the dynamic is we undervalue ourselves. To your earlier point, we underprice our services, and then we overdeliver. And if somebody wants something extra, we don't say no. We don't say, oh, that's out of scope.
We say, of course.
Of course. We say, of course. And so when you do that, your profit goes poof. And again, you're sending a mixed message to your buyers, pretty much that whatever you're charging, they can get whatever they need and want. And that just can't be the case. And so the broken cookie effect is very real, very pervasive, especially for women. And what I teach is how to beat the broken cookie effect. And we do that by discovering and unlocking your hidden advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you for a minute because anybody who's watching this and really considering this for their own business is likely feeling very uncomfortable. This idea, changing how I claim what my work is worth and what I charge for it and who I work with, perhaps, those are big changes. Those are really threatening changes. And you know that a lot of my work is centering around how do we navigate change? That's what resilience is. Resilience, and I'm a self-styled resilience expert. Resilience is our ability to navigate change and come through it with intention and purpose. Well, if your intention and your purpose with your business is true for you, meaning if it really is your mission, if it really is what you mean to do and how you mean to be in the world, then considering navigating a change about who you work with, about what you charge them, about how you approach explaining the worth of what you do, it might be an excellent fit for your intention and your purpose. That doesn't mean it's easy. And when we think about change, our brains pump out all these fear chemicals that make us think, yeah, but what could I lose? And it's easy for me to say, boy, I could lose all my clients. I could lose my income if I tried to do this. And distrust, would I really be able to find people who would pay me what it turns out my services are worth? Could I really deliver? Would they be angry at me? Would they say they were interested and it would fall apart at the end? And then just discomfort. Who do I think I am to say, hey, I'm tacking on another zero to what I charge? Or, hey, I'm sorry, I would love to help you with that extra problem. That's not in the scope of our original contract, so let's talk about how we can make this happen. All of those things seem very uncomfortable. So I want to remind people who are watching that you know the trick to getting around that, to handling that obstacle, and that is to remember that you have choices. You have choices about when you do this, how you do this, but you can't even consider those choices until you learn a little bit more about it. So I really want to challenge you, and we'll put it in the comments afterwards, a link to pick up Patty's book. Although the first 2 people who comment about the book and would like a copy, you go ahead and make a comment about this conversation in the below the post, and then I will direct message you and you can send me your address. I'll be happy to mail you a copy as a gift. Patty, I have, I'm almost embarrassed to say, a pile of useful books in my house, and I've even read a fair number of them, but reading a book and taking action are really different. So you have developed a program to help people take this book and use it. Would you talk about that program, please?
Yes. And it's one of the firm beliefs I have. It's one thing to learn something. It's really different to try and go back into your business and make it work for you. And we've all taken all these programs where people are telling us we're doing things wrong. And you're not. You're not doing anything wrong. However, there's lots of opportunity that you might not be taking advantage of. So your hidden advantage accelerator is designed to work with the book so that you learn the concepts. There are exercises in the book. You can download them from my website for free. And the whole concept that I teach is how do you put this to work for you? So run your business your way. And the accelerator program uses a 4-step system that will help you work on your mindset issues first. That's always the first piece, because exactly what Dr. G said, any change is a challenge, it's difficult. So we want to work on your limiting beliefs and where you are starting from. I always meet my clients where they are. From there, we talk about how do you attract right fit clients. We customize this for your company. And then we talk about building your pricing model and how you talk about yourself, your pricing, your company, the results that you get for your clients. How do you talk about that without feeling like you're bragging and being assertive without feeling rude? So those are huge challenges for women. And not only am I a pricing expert, but I'm also a business communications expert. So we dive deep into how do you talk about your pricing and the kinds of results that you get for clients. And that's the purpose of the accelerator, to really help you and to guide you as you implement what you've learned. And it's a 12-week intensive program. And again, you can contact me directly, or you can put something in the comments after the LinkedIn Live, and I'm happy to respond directly.
I so appreciate the way you help make this happen, as opposed to just putting knowledge out in the world and saying, there it is, pick it up and use it on your own. That's a great idea, but it almost never happens. We know that's not really how behavior change works for people. Having a guide, and I know personally that your encouragement and straight talk are very helpful. It's especially useful because you don't shy away from pointing out the cultural and societal pressures that women face. And you never think less of someone for the coping mechanisms that they have developed because of those pressures. But you also seem to have a limitless belief in women's ability to overcome those challenges and state their true worth and earn that. Thanks everybody for spending time with us. Patty, I'm really glad we had this conversation, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.